that spin-out technique that they often use, but he's just going too fast, just pulling away from the officer as quickly as he can. That pit maneuver can't be done at excessive speeds due to the fact that it could endanger anybody in the community here. We're coming back up now to cross traffic came up. Okay, now northbound on Western. He's going to be coming up on Jefferson yet again. Going very quickly. He's got a green light ahead. And it's eastbound back one south of Jefferson here. Don't have the name of the road, but again, once he makes those right turns on some of these streets, the lead LAPD vehicle gets right up on his tail. Looks like he's trying to get into position to pit. That you would see as it comes up alongside of his fender there. And now they're talking about possibly just backing off altogether and just tracking him with a helicopter and see if he slows down. Look at this, right through the intersection there. Oh, narrow miss right there. There comes the pit maneuver. Around he goes. This, again, is on Vermont. Make that Vermont, I do believe. Okay, he rammed a police car. One of the police cars' door was open there as he spun around. Looks like they're going to try it again here. Now back westbound, 2 blocks south of Jefferson. Now he's wanted for the ADW on the police officer. Assault with a deadly weapon on a police officer to wet his vehicle as he tried to ram those officers who had him spun out. Usually the pit maneuver works real well once that car starts spinning backwards. The fuel control on the car, these late model cars, will automatically shut off, and that'll be the end of the pursuit. However, it did not appear that they got him going backwards fast enough for that pit maneuver to take place. Northbound again on Western. Okay, again, 1 block south. Here, look at this. He crashed into a vehicle that was right on the corner there, up on the sidewalk. Now, this is the same street he was on before where the pit maneuver took place. We're going to try and maneuver here just a little bit south. On the sidewalk here, the sidewalk is very narrow as it comes up here. I don't believe that he was able to make it through there. They've got a lot of homes with fences. And back, look at this. Onto the street, and rest. The police officer crashed into a tree there as he tried to come around and stop. So we've got 1 police officer that is now out of the pursuit. He crashed into a tree that was right there. Now we're continuing back northbound. He is 1 long block east of Western. Now coming up on Jefferson back westbound. And we talked about a person who is trying to look for a place to perhaps dump the car and run. And it looks like this might be the place. This is the 3rd time he's come around this actual area. He's coming right up behind him, an LAPD officer, and then into the center divider and across the lanes of traffic going opposite direction. And again, southbound on Western. Look at this. Right in the center divider, got oncoming traffic. And again, here is the street that he was on before where he was up on the sidewalk. And the LAPD officer, he'll be passing him shortly, the one that crashed into a tree. There he passes him, and we've got another LAPD officer opposite direction, a narrow pass right there. Again, continuing eastbound, 1 block south of Jefferson, between Western and Vermont. Here we've got an officer that looks like he threw out a spike strip right there, and it looks as though the suspect had hit it. So we're going to see if that spike strip did its job and knock out the tires on this vehicle. It's unknown how many of those tires may have run over it back southbound on Vermont. I think that, I believe this is Normandy, southbound Normandy from Western. I've seen from one south of Jefferson, still southbound, it's still picking up the speeds very quickly in that center turn lane as it continues on. That 1 LAPD officer crashed there. He was out of service, and right when they did the pit maneuver, when it was unsuccessful, the U-turn here back northbound on Normandy, crashed into him right there, spun him out into another vehicle. Let's see if this is the end of the pursuit. We had one of those LAPD officers just clip the rear fender of him, and now LAPD officers have got him completely boxed in. They're swarming the vehicle right now. We're going to zoom in a little bit and see what they're going to do here. They've got their weapons drawn. You're seeing some of the people that were caught in this end of this pursuit trying to run from it. LAPD is reaching into the window. We're just going to have to wait and see what's happening next. You saw that one officer jump back there, unknown why. Perhaps the officer, okay, grabbed the keys there, opening up the back door, And it looks like we've got enough officers. Wow, still fighting back here. We don't know if he has a weapon or not. Okay. They're breaking out the rear windows there. This person, unknown what the person's difficulty with the LAPD was that started all this. And it is coming all the way to the end here. Still not complying with the officers. Officers got him completely surrounded, boxed in.
All right, Derek.
Derek, we wanted to jump in here for just a sec, Derek, and warn our viewers that we're not sure, obviously, what's going to unfold here in the next few minutes. We are going to be very cautious of what we're putting on television here, but we just wanted to warn folks that have small children or folks who are kind of sensitive to what they could be about to see here. We just want to let you know.
Yeah, this has been a very violent pursuit, very dangerous, but you're seeing this is near USC. If you're just joining us, the end of a police pursuit. At least one cruiser crashed with a police officer inside. We also know that he hit at least one civilian car going up to 70 miles an hour on surface streets. This is the end of the pursuit. The suspect still in the car. He's not giving up as he continues to fight. You see that crowd of police officers there.
And I'm not sure if we just saw...
Okay, it is on Normandy, just north of Exposition.
Derek, do we just see something fired by the fellow, by the one officer there with the rifle?
All right, David, if you can still hear us, what we're hearing is that they're going to bring out the beanbag shotgun. That is the beanbag shotgun. That's a less than lethal shotgun. We understand they already used the chemical mace on him, and he's still putting up a fight as they come around and get him out of the vehicle. So you've got a dozen officers at least trying to take this one person down.
Yeah, very violent. It looked like they broke out the back window, and then they fired the beanbag round in and stunned him for a moment there. But not for long,
right,
because he got violent in a hurry.
So it looks like a wild pursuit is coming to an end with a bit of violence going on, in that the suspect is not giving up easily. We're still trying to get some more information from the LAPD helicopter that's overhead right now. He is simply orbiting as he has been at all times. But it looks like we've got enough officers. It looks like they've got him out of the vehicle. They've got him down.
It looks like they're just struggling
the person was struggling all the way.
Yeah, struggling to put the cuffs on him, it looks like. If you're just joining us, what we're looking at here is the culmination of pursuit that started at Southwest Division of LAPD. A suspect there showed up at the police station there threatening an officer. He identified the officer by name and threatened to do bodily harm to that officer. And at some point, he jumped in his car and took off, and then the pursuit was on. Derek says when he got on the pursuit, it was at 35th and Western. It went throughout South LA and Vermont and Normandy and several streets around that area, and has come to a culmination here. Where are we exactly now, Derek?
We're about 3 blocks north of Exposition on Normandy itself. As you saw, he was going southbound, made that quick U-turn. That's where it all unraveled for him. So he's facing northbound on Normandy, just about 3 blocks, as we said, north of Exposition.
And this was a guy who was driving on the wrong way on surface streets going up to 70 miles per hour. It's just such a dangerous situation. We don't know the condition of that officer. It didn't look like the injury. The accident was very violent when he slammed into that tree there, but we'll get the information on that officer, see if he was injured. And now you're looking at the suspect continuing to resist arrest. He was originally wanted for criminal trespass. And then, of course, after he rammed his car into a police cruiser, now he will also be charged with assault with a deadly weapon on a police officer, his car being that deadly weapon.
At one time, we saw one of the officers chasing him, and actually the officer ended up driving into a tree, like a palm tree there. And that officer was out of the pursuit at that point. But it looks like they might have him finally in custody. Looks like they've got him cuffed, just kind of letting him cool off there for a while. Well, they actually pick him up and put him in the back of a patrol car.
Yeah, we've got about 15 police officers surrounding this suspect, and boy, he's just not giving up easily. They had to break the back window of his car and kick in some windows there on the side. They used less than lethal ways to subdue him. They used a beanbag shotgun and also some mace, and now looks like he's in custody, not in the police cruiser yet, but they'll be taking him off very shortly.
Again, this all started after the suspect allegedly threatened a police officer at a police station, and then jumped in his vehicle. Not sure exactly what happened between the threat and the time that it was a pursuit, but at some point he jumped in a vehicle and a pursuit was on through South Los Angeles.